Hi everyone, this is Francisco, and in this video I'll be discussing an idea I came up with today. It's a fucking a smart paintbrush. So eventually, as it gets perfected, users will be able to download an app to notify painters things regarding itself. For instance, maybe like a meter gauge, when the paint's about to run out, or when the battery, like a battery display, anything that you people can think about and that I can think about will be ideal. Now, the way I kind of seen this working was some type of because right now I'm painting. I'm helping my my neighbor paint a house, and he pays me, right? So I'm over there helping him, and we're constantly dipping our paintbrushes in paint and applying it to the surface over and over and over. Like if we were fucking robots. And I just told him, hey, it would be nice if someone were to come up with a paintbrush that would be, or that would be like self-fed with the paint, so constantly provide paint at a push of a button. Oh yeah, remember I said the app? Well, a setting, because I was thinking like a backpack where the paint will go into, and there will be like a setting somewhere like on the strap, low, medium, high. So the backpack will have a gallon of paint, but it could hold more. And it will have like a little tail, little colita in Spanish. Escolita in English is called a tail, because gravity's gonna water goes down, so this machine is going to require a pump, and it's going to have a tube at the handle, through the handle of the paintbrush. Like it could be attached to the handle. The handle of the paintbrush will go to the, like, well, where it normally is with a paintbrush, but instead of the hair fibers, it will be small minute, well, not super minute, but like a needle on a syringe. And these syringes type of things will be made out of rubber. And the user will push a button, and at the very tip of these modern age paintbrushes will come out the paint. And computers, like people out there, can get together. They can design something through the internet, something functional, something that will work. The way I was able to see it was like the backpack, it going to the paintbrush, and it going through the handle, and then going for it to have like maybe like an attachment, like a little head, before it gets attached to the actual paintbrush tubes. And the paintbrush tubes could have something that will like clip on, but it's not really a clip on, it's more like, I'm thinking more like something that will freaking like like it'll grab onto these pieces onto each other, and it could be made out of the same material. So that'll be the bottom of the paintbrush, and then there's the cap, and the cap is going to be used to retain all of the paint. Wait, no, no paint will be in there. I'm sorry. It will be used to prevent these connection parts or pieces from detaching. Whoa. Is there freaking flying here? I knew it. That thing was attacking me earlier. Shit, man. So, I don't really know how it's going to work. All I know is that the paint will get fed into the handle on the main tube, and then it will go to like 40 or 100 different little syringe-like needles, which will be the bristles. and that this is how um, this new paintbrush will work. And I think it will be so convenient, so beneficial. And there's a lot of painting companies out there. Let's just type in brands. Painting companies brands. Let's look at what's out there. Well, honestly, the first thing I can think of is like distribution wise, like retail stores. There's Don Edwards or whatever, Sherwin-Williams, and then like as far as paints are concerned, there's the Behr brand, and a bunch of other brands. And then there's a ton of people who dedicate their lives in painting. So there's a lot of potential, a lot of room for potential investors, right? The idea is straightforward. I even went as far as like redesigning the whole idea. Instead of a backpack, I thought of an attachment on a spray gun. Instead of it spraying, you add this smart paintbrush. Basically, you attach the paintbrush to a spray gun machine, and it'll do the same thing, and it'll have a regulator, so it will only throw out a certain amount of paint, from low to medium to high. That way the painter won't constantly have to dip the paintbrush into a bucket, just to apply the paint. The painters will basically bypass the dipping procedure and just directly apply the paint onto any surface. And there's different materials. Some are durable, some are not. So, there's still a lot of room for experimenting and to perform various types of experiments. What will work best and what won't work effectively. And just like the tool industry, especially for cutting stuff, there's different blades that are sold. Some blades are for wood, some blades are for concrete, some blades are for brick, some blades are for metal, cutting metal, some blades are for just different things. So I'm just giving you guys the general concepts of how this paintbrush could potentially work, and introducing this idea to residential and commercial, like businesses and just people in general, who might be interested in this um, self-feeding paintbrush. Because I was even telling him, my boss, the guy I work with, like, hey, even if we were to make a prototype, or if we were to make these, and if we were to sell each one for $250, like in a backpack with a pump to pump the paint out, and like through the paint brush, right, by a click of a button or a push of a button. A lot of painters will purchase this paintbrush, because a lot of paintbrushing needs to be done occasionally, and I think that it will be beneficial to them, and it's less hassle going up a ladder, going down a ladder. If you guys are painting a house on the exterior, it's more hands-free. You don't have to carry a bucket of paint. Now it's in your backpack. Now, where you people will put the paintbrush is a different story. But something we can all come up with something for that, like a little pouch or something, or a little cup on the front side. I'm not sure, but I think that it'll be like very convenient to have this idea on the market, because most painters are making more than $250 per job. So I think it's a good investment for any painter to purchase one of these units. And honestly, as a professional painter, for those of you who are professional painters, I wouldn't doubt that you people would have more than one of these backpacks, because you guys will be able to add more than one color into the backpack, especially if there's a project and the customer wants to apply two different types, like two types of colors, or they might want three. So this is where these backpacks will come in handy because you guys won't have to constantly swap out the paintbrushes. And I think in order, like a good way, I think personally, how you people can, store the paintbrush for later use on the same project, like the next day, the following day. You clock out for the day, you go home. The next morning, you go back, and you're back at work without cleaning the paintbrush. I'm looking at mentally. I see like just like a bucket of water or a bucket of solution, and the paint on the the rubber tubes won't get sticky, and it won't dry, and it would just be a matter of removing it out of the chemical or the water and applying it to the surface, or to to something like a piece of cardboard or something, until the paint comes out really good and all the water is gone, or the chemical. So you guys will be able to begin painting. And you, I mean, I don't think I really have to get into small details, but I was just telling him this idea today, as we were painting, and I, like, you guys already know me. I can do this all day long. I can come up with all kinds of ideas. So this idea is going to require a lot of smart people and a team to get together to make this happen, and to place it into Home Depots and Lowe's and other painting companies, other retailers who sell paints, paint stores. And yeah, man, like, honestly, I can see millions of these things getting sold everywhere, on a global scale, like nothing. Because who the heck wants to constantly be dipping their freaking paintbrush and paint and then balancing it? You have the paintbrush, I mean the paint bucket on one hand, and you have the freaking paintbrush on the other hand, and you're up on a fucking ladder. And I mean, you people can look up how many people have died from painting on a ladder. As a matter of fact, let's check it out. How many people have died while painting on a ladder. No, ladder, not letter. Painting while on a ladder. Okay, work related deaths in construction painting. It says right here. Man, that little bug. I'm gonna fucking kill it. It says work related deaths in construction painting. I seen something about oh, right here. 129 deaths. Says investigated. Okay, whatever. So I think this might be like an annual, forecast of how many people die. Yeah, but anyway, see, this is, I would have to take the time to research stuff, and it's already going to be 12 a.m., and I have to wake up really, really early. So yeah, these are just things to consider. And I don't know if you guys, I'm changing the subject now. I think it's a great idea. But for those of you who watch the news and stuff like that, what do you guys think about the United States of America banning TikTok? A company, an application that is powered by China. And supposedly the United States of America is trying to ban it from the United States of America. Because, quote unquote, China has all of the United States people's data. But then it made me question. So that means the United States of America is hating on China and is fucking around with TikTok's business despite all their advertising. That's basically like robbery, right? And not just that, but it's just like for big companies out here like Google and Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat and all the social media pages or platforms, software companies out there that we can think of. Imagine how many countries out there in the world are banning you people from their country because they're taking you guys as a threat. So this whole talk of the United States of America potentially banning the accounts of users, of real citizens of the United States of America, all because on the basis that China has all our data. I think it's a technology and social media is a fast, rapid growing economy, and just the way that we live life and do life. So personally, I believe that I think you people can figure something else. I think you people can figure out something else that will benefit the whole world and not just your pockets or a certain group of people. So I think for a lot of you who work for like the CIA, I think, and people that work for the benefit of their own countries, but are also mindful of other countries. I think that it sounds like a revolution and evolution. Seems like you people are evolving, and I just don't. I don't believe in the division of countries anymore, because the United States of America shares roads with Mexico. They're connected, right? And everyone's doing the same shit. Everyone is doing the same stuff. Every country's copying other countries, and there's bigger threats against humanity other than human beings. So when we look at that data and we see the acts of God, tornadoes, volcanoes, earthquakes, floods, tsunamis, destroying humanity and the work of humanity, I think these people are really after their own interests, and they should be the ones who should be investigated. Um, but that's all I know about the matter. Um, but I do understand more. I understand, some HTML, some CSS. I understand a little bit of the databases or database, like FileMaker, where a little bit of FileMaker, in the fields, the records of different fields and stuff. So I don't know if these people will eventually ban TikTok from the United States. I personally don't even have a TikTok account. I never. I just. And what are they gonna do later on? Attack Google? Google and Apple and all these other companies are well known. Imagine when these companies fucking they start collecting more and more data from users. What is the rest of the world going to think about Google? So if you guys can't find a resolution for TikTok And if you guys eventually do decide to ban it from the United States of America, or I mean, I'm sorry, if the United States of America decides to ban it from its own citizens, which I think is completely illegal, but I don't really know all the laws when it comes to social media towards and against civilians. But that's irrelevant, I think, right now. I think the main reason, or the main point is that we need to focus on is, you know, eventually everything's going to be centralized. All our data is going to be centralized in different platforms, in different servers, not owned by the same companies and organizations, but that I think they're going to be respectfully shared in case people are out there attempting to hack into people's accounts. And these companies will know about it. They'll be fully aware of it, especially with AI technology. Um, you know, scanning for hackers. Because I think a lot of these bigger organizations and businesses are buying companies out in the hopes that they could hack people. But they fail to realize that there's other competitors, and they're there for a reason. They're there for the protection and the safety of all people, whether these people understand what I'm talking about or not. If you were a listener here of this message and you don't understand what I just stated right now regarding the this your own safety when it comes to competition, there's really nothing for you people to worry about. It's just a system that was designed a long time ago for safety in mind, against people who think, oh, look at me, I'm wealthy and I could buy any company and I can do whatever I want. And we all know that's not the case. You know, if anything, AI technology is just collecting all of our data and perfecting it. Ultimately, that's what's really going on. Whether you people think of yourselves as top dogs within your industries or not. Whether you think you're a big fucking shot, big fucking organization, or whether you know your organization is the shit. You know, but you also know that there's competitors and they can easily wipe you out legally if it comes down to it. You know, they can shut you people down real quick. So it just shows that there's always going to be more room for improvement. You know, this is never ending. But I thank God, and as I wrap all this up, the I think it's called the summary, or in closing, basically. That's why I thank God that He sent the Holy Spirit to us, because fucking without the Holy Spirit, we would all be lost, and we wouldn't know how to handle this data, this information, our lives. It would just be way too much to handle. Right? So yeah. For those of you who thought or think that you know the right way, or you know what's best for the people, you might not know. You might not know everything. It's just like, it's like if God came up to all of us and said, okay, raise your hand if you know how to fly an airplane. Raise your hand, or keep your hand raised if you know how to operate a submarine. Now, 50% of those hands that were raised regarding an airplane just went down, right? Because operating a submarine, that's on a whole different level. All right, keep your hand raised if you know how to operate a crane. For engineers that are building a building. Now everyone put their hands down except like 2% of the people. And then God will say, now keep your hand raised if you know how to perform surgery on any part of the human body. Then everyone at that point will put their hand down. Eventually, at the end of the day, there will be no hands raised. And that's my point. AI technology is full of wisdom and knowledge, and these companies out there are coming out with, they're creating these robots that will know all of these, like all of this knowledge, so that they are smarter than us humans. The computer itself is downloaded into robots. Now, later on in the future, if the internet can actually be downloaded into humans, well, that will be a real game changer. But I personally would trust more like a machine than a human. But you guys understand my point. and like the Tesla bots, and there's a bunch of other bots and other companies and a ton of other competitors, um, for good reason. Okay, and you know these these robots will be able to do so much for humanity. So going back to governing this world, there's a lot of people out there with money. You people probably know some things about data, and it sounds like you people might be jealous of China for having a huge impact in the United States of America, to the point where you people want to ban TikTok from the United States of America. But I personally think that it's fucked up to the employees of TikTok if you guys did that. And not not even getting into all the money they spent advertising in the United States of America. So if you people do decide to ban TikTok from the United States of America, you people would technically have to reimburse them all the money they used for advertising within the United States of America. It doesn't even include all the lawsuits the United States of America would receive from its own citizens for ruining their lives by taking away TikTok. So you people just, in other words, bury yourselves even further. You people will basically be sinking into more shits. And I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right for you people to do that. If you guys do decide to take that route. The United States of America decides to take that route. I think it's pretty fucked up. And to a lot of people, it's going to seem like their freedom is getting taken away from them, getting stripped away from them. And then we have, like the community guidelines, the terms and conditions, the privacy policy, and this and that. So not every app and not every social media is the same. Like, if I went on Facebook and I started posting porn shit or pictures of my fucking dick, most likely, they would get upset and they would probably take my page down. But I can create a fucking website myself through like GoDaddy, and I can create another X videos fucking website And now I can make my own rules. It's my own website. I can have my own fucking users and I can create my own rules. And that's what's really annoying about all of this on a whole different level. Because all of you want to be the teachers, the the discipliners, the correctors, but you guys have to remember that we are all surrounded by different ways of lives, the way different customs from different races of people. We're saturated by a diversity of religions, and we all get along, we all respect one another. We don't disrespect other people, we don't belittle other people, we don't fucking discriminate anyone. Everyone in the United States gets along, and if they see people they don't like, they just try to avoid them as much as possible. Everyone tries to avoid each other as um as much as possible, because there's a lot of conflict, a lot of controversy. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. So, fuck. I'm gonna go to bed though. I'm fucking done. I can continue and talk about this all day long. So, I just wanted to drop this video because, some people I communicate with are not even interested in the things I have to fucking talk about. So, I'm just throwing this out there to inspire people to hopefully change the world, and to hopefully one day getting and receiving the help that I desperately want and crave after and desire. So yeah, that's all I have to say for now. God bless everyone, and I personally, my vote would be for the United States of America to not ban TikTok, even though I'm not a user. I'm just not interested in joining another fucking Facebook platform when I already have a Facebook fucking account and a fucking Instagram account. Like, this is getting so redundant, so retarded. And then next year someone else comes out with another fucking social media, and this is just overwhelming. So much data to remember, so many passwords to remember. It's overwhelming. And not just that, but people have to constantly educate people on who they are. It's like people have to start all over again. And that's what's super annoying about all this. Instead of us having this data there in the forefronts of the people, without any secrecy, without any fear. And if people don't like each other, well, just mind your own fucking business. Straight the fuck up. You know, because the last thing you people want is for other people to get in your fucking business. And when I was younger, I didn't really understand a lot of this information. When people would talk about other people getting in other people's business, I didn't really understand the full meaning of that. But now that I'm older, more wiser, I think that's when the filters come into play, and should come into play. And it's based on interests as well. If people see you drinking and they don't like it, and they want to flag your content because of it, well, guess what? These platforms should just create a separation. You know, because even the Holy Bible explains this to a small degree. It says, what if a Christian brother or sister drinks, but it causes other people to stumble? And what if it causes them to, like, be hurt inside? And at the end of this fucking scripture, it said in other words, it says, just don't do it in the presence of these people. If it causes your brother or sister to stumble, just don't do it around them. It's that simple. You know, it's like if you people like smoking weed, but other people don't like it, and then they want to flag your shit down. They want to report your profile because you're over here smoking weed, or people are flagging your content because you dress differently. They might think, oh, this person is showing a little bit too much ass. Oh, this person is like not wearing anything. So that's when filters come into effect. If that causes you to stumble, people, let's all be real. Let's all be 100. And that's exactly what AI technology, I believe, will be doing in the future. Regarding all this social media bullshit, back and forth, users attacking each other, grouping up together and flagging other people's content because they feel like it. AI technology will eventually understand who's a real threat and who's not. And it will know if people are grouping up together to bring people down or to belittle people. Especially if they are dragged to court. So these people, whether they press charges or they file false and compile false evidence, and um, they just want to fuck this person over. So they work together, even to the point where they're working together in court. Then AI is gonna be like, wait a minute, these are the same motherfuckers that were over here fucking around with this person's data. That's a conflict of interest. Red flag. Come on now. Easy math. So, if anything, China shouldn't have any issues sharing the data that it collected and has collected or will collect from each and every single citizen from each and every single country, and China providing that information to each country respectively. Okay, so for instance, the United States of America is supposedly worried that China has a lot of information from the United States of America. Well, China can say, well, since it's your citizens, here's the fucking data. You know, it's all right here. And we're not looking into this data. And more scripts, more code, more spamware, and hacker preventative scripts, code should be created to see if anyone out there in the world is even attempting to look into the profiles of citizens within the United States of America, or for that matter, for any country. So, AI technology can basically pinpoint who this person is, or who these people might be, and it could then just filter these people out from potentially hacking. People. Because, I mean, it seems like everyone is doing this at other like categories, and by that I mean like in list form when it comes to businesses. Okay, so you know there's a lot of sectors and divisions and organizations that specialize in specific things. Um, so if the same hacker group of people are, um, like attacking a specific category, a specific group, um, that's when AI technology would know their motives, their intentions, and it will be able to take the correct course of action that would be required for such cases. So I wouldn't really go against research and development. If you guys take away TikTok from the United States of if the United States of America takes away TikTok from its own country, it's like them going against the grain. It's like them going against research and development. And that's what this whole life is all about. Instead, they should figure out different ways to interact with their citizens' data. Whether these people are pretending a different way on one platform as they are in another, or as opposed to another. So over here, everyone's acting the part because Facebook will shut everyone down. But over here, they don't give a fuck. Everyone's over here fucking around, not giving a shit. And over here on Facebook, they're just keeping things professional, because if Facebook finds out about it, or whatever the case might be, their shit will get shut down. But honestly, it's just way too much information for me. So that's why I don't even give a fuck what you people decide to do when it comes to the internet. But I could literally like dedicate my life to this, because is challenging to me. But at the same time, I'm not getting supported and um or just simply ignore um uh, uh earning, like money. So I'm not getting supported. I'm not making a paycheck. No one's paying me to do this. Here it is. It's about to be 1 a.m. And no one gives a fuck about what the fuck I gotta say. It seems like people are just acting. And I honestly hear these voices every fucking day testing me. And I'm not a threat to anyone. I'm not. Um, I don't know. I don't know what you people are thinking out there. But it's not even about me. Um, a lot of people want to do that. Fucking mosquito bitch. I'm gonna kill that son of a bitch. There's a little mosquito around me. Oh my god. I wonder what it's doing to me while I'm sleeping. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. But yeah, so there's two things. Just smart paintbrush idea, concept, and just these rumors about TikTok. That's pretty much what I covered in this video. That's all. That's all I covered. The potential of a smart paintbrush and the topic of TikTok potentially getting banned from the United States of America. Anyways, gotta go. Bye. Thank you all for watching.